Peter Obi is the most formidable presidential candidate to have come out from the southeast.
Since Azikiwe?
Since Azikiwe. Peter Obi is a very, very formidable politician now because of the passionate followers that he has. It's because of the reach.
Can we say he's the Buhari of the southeast of sorts?
Yes, he's a Buhari. Don't forget, Peter Obi won Lagos in 2023. We still won the ballot.
He defeated
the Lagosian, the ex-governor of Lagos, called Bola Tinubu. So Peter Obi has basically inherited that Zikist political followership. And I tell you that even in the north now, a lot of people, especially young people, especially educated people, are saying that it's time for a southeastern president. And they see hope and promise in Peter Obi. The message to Tinubu is that minus him and his cabal, the entire country is against him. The north and the southeast are about to have another handshake.
Across the Niger.
Yes, Tinubu is an emperor. So how do you remove an emperor? You use blood, toil, and tears.
Omo, this one loud. See, take your time, listen to this video. Pay attention to what this man said on this video. Very important. He said to remove Tinubu is going to be through blood and pain. To remove him. That the whole of Nigerians against Tinubu. See, you don't want to miss this video. This video worth sharing, like the video, and subscribing to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss updates like this. Take your time, pay attention, watch the video. About 3 persons spoke on this video. Listen to everything they say. Calm down, listen to everything. Obedient is not this thing. Yeah, obedient is a force, it's a movement. It's a movement, organic movement. This is not say, I bet they not give you money, I know they go, or the money where they give you that time, you don't finish, give you another one. This is organic followership. So listen to what this man said, and the other professor and the other one, Garba. Just watch. Now we'll come back and talk about it.
Peter Obi made it to that gathering. It's remarkable, and you don't forget, since the demise of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Peter Obi is the most formidable presidential candidate to have come out from the southeast.
Since Azikiwe? Since Azikiwe. What about Alex Ikweme and...
Alex Ikweme, was he really a presidential candidate? He didn't get the ticket, did he? He didn't get the ticket. He lost the ticket to Obasanjo. And earlier on, I think he had also lost it to Obasanjo. Alex Ikweme was in the forefront in the formation of PDP. But unfortunately, during the short transition program of General Abdul Salami Abubakar, Alex Ikweme and the founders of PDP were off stage, and they removed Olusegun Obasanjo from the prison and gave him the ticket because they zonalized the presidency to the southwest. You remember that his other opponent on APP platform was also Olufalai. But I tell you again, Peter Obi is a very, very formidable politician now. He has
what makes him formidable?
It's because I was going there. It's because of the passionate followers that he has. It's because of the reach.
Can we say he's the Buhari of the southeast of sorts?
Yes, he's a Buhari.
Because they say that, okay,
exactly.
Buhari, he had his fanatic 12 million votes.
Exactly.
That come rain, come shine,
exactly.
They are there for him.
Exactly. So the sentiment in southeast, is suggesting a Peter Obi presidency. Don't forget, Peter Obi won Lagos in 2023. I think he won Benue.
With Tinubu on the ballot.
With Tinubu on the ballot.
He defeated
the Lagosian, the ex-governor of Lagos, called Bola Tinubu. And you know what he scored in Plateau and in Benue. So Peter Obi has basically, inherited that Zikist political followership. And I tell you that even in the north now, a lot of people, especially young people, especially educated people, are saying that it's time for a southeastern president. And they see hope and promise in Peter Obi.
As a political analyst,
that's why his presence at this consultative group, even going to the extent of delivering
a keynote address.
Yes, a keynote address is something worldwide.
And that's what I want to ask. How significant is that? What message are these people of northern extraction are sending to Tinubu and the APC?
Very good question. I think the message to Tinubu is that minus him and his cabal, the entire country is against him. The northern politicians, the northern technocrats, and all those who gathered at Continental Hotel today understand something. Even though Peter Obi, like the politician he is, he said the North can change Nigeria.
And despite the endorsement, last week it was actually, contrary of endorsement by, is it the Northwest, is it the whole of the National Assembly? We saw endorsement upon endorsement.
I will make this point, then come to those endorsements.
Okay.
So I'm saying that the message at the consultative group is that the North and the Southeast are about to have another handshake
across the Niger.
Yes, and if you remember, decades ago, there was, there were alliances. In fact, fusion, if you like, between the southeast and the north, whether it was during Tafawa Balewa or it was during Shawshagari. So the message is that the north and the southeast are working together to unseat Tinubu. And because there is also another thought, just like Sule Lamido said, Tinubu is an emperor. So how do you remove an emperor? You use blood, toil, and tears to remove an emperor. And what it means is that in 2027, Tinubu might not accept being defeated. And who knows, the struggle to remove Tinubu might spill over into Onitsha streets, Kaduna streets, Kano streets, Enugu streets, Owerri streets.
Are currently not happy because they kept saying what we started, it was Muslim ticket, we brought him, he won election. That time the Yorubas didn't vote him. Today, they are saying most of the lucrative appointments went to Lagos and some of the Yoruba states. And apart from that, all these taxes, there are some policies that have been dished out, tariff on electricity, and the electricity is not there. Nigerians are crying. We want 3 square meals. Some cannot even afford to eat. He doesn't know. They don't tell him the truth. So we at the grassroots, we are saying we will continue to support him because we brought the government. It's not late yet. The 2027, they are saying they are endorsing him. It's not going to work. The only thing that can work is that we should be able to give the dividends of democracy to the masses that voted us into office. When we do that, making sure that insecurity is gone, making sure that we provide food for Nigerians, making sure that our roads, the infrastructure, everything is working perfectly before 2027 is going to be walkover. We are going to show him the way. Let him put out some of these people, bring him, these technocrats have been saying, who supported him. Up to today, our people are aggrieved. They are not happy. Let him know that with us, all those political spent forces or spent horses, they cannot do anything apart of what we tell the masses to do.
Right.
They are with us. We have the followers.
Not is that once somebody at the helm of affairs is not from the north, then there is this perception of alienation. Communicating the flow and the inclusivity of the current government to the north is short, and that is why they are feeling alienated. Number one. Number two, you have the strongest pillar of northern APC in led former President Muhammadu Buhari, may God rest his soul, who died recently. And with his loss, he has a teeming supporters. And when you calculate it, since the time he was involved in politics, he consistently bring about 12 million votes. In 2023 election, we lost this through 12 million votes. We only got 5.5 million votes. And that is not really good for us. And now that we have an opposition coalition that is predominantly, driven by some of the actors in the north, and also having some former ministers of Buhari's government moving with the opposition coalition of ADC, they don't have any serious political weight, they are paperweight, but then they have propaganda value. And the best solution is for us to re-strategize and still maintain our base by making sure that the APC live in the north post-Buhari. Not that in the absence of Buhari, we lose considerable amount of supporters. And if we lose support of the north, especially the core north, then there is going to be a very serious problem. And that is actually why I'm sounding the alarm that let the government do something about it. Let us not give them opportunity to prey, on our shortcomings by doing something wrong that will push so many of the members of the party to the opposition on the perception of
the name, Mr. Peter Obi, because that name seems not to have left the lips of every single APC member. Is he a threat to the APC?
Of course. You see, they say a snake is a snake. Whether it's a baby snake or a mature snake. The good thing is that once it goes, it will still bite. So Peter Obi is a significant force. He's a threat. He has a massive following, almost like a cult online following, the obedient movement that is acknowledged globally. And that they are determined, right? And they are very organic. So why can't the obedient movement work for the APC? Why don't we have this kind of energy? So I think it's a threat, naturally, based on the way he's moving. And if you look at his inroad, he's even penetrating some part of northern Nigeria, some part of, especially in the north central. So he's actually a threat. I don't believe in APC we can underestimate any opposition, right? So he might win if you underestimate him. So the best solution is to see how we can contain him as much as possible. And I think we're doing a very good job in containing the obedient movement, because they lack organization, they lack structure, and their core principle is anger, against the status quo, and that once you invest emotion, in a movement, you always lose. You always lose the way. So you must have to be tactical. You must have to be very strategic. And I think these are some of the weaknesses of the Obedient movement. And on these weaknesses, we are containing them as much as we can.
So when you say you are containing the Obedient movement, what do you mean? When you say you are containing the Obedient movement?
When you say containment, right, it means that the same way they are exerting their own strategic imprints, towards defeating our party, we are also countering this strategy, as much as possible by making sure that we encroach into their domain and win. After all, we have, when you look at Peter Obi's traditional domains, where he had a very strong following, he got 4 million votes in the south. He was actually the winner in the southern Nigeria, and then he got 2 million votes in the north. So most of the areas where he had strong impact were now consolidated under the APC. In Delta State, for instance, you can see that in Akwa Ibom, you can see that in Lagos, it's all consolidated. The entire Southwest are now completely, comprehensively consolidated. In the Southeast, there is a lot of divisions and structures, and then we have APC governors in the South. It's 2 APC governors, and more are coming. So when you look at all those things, you will see a very clear strategic containment policy, whereby we will make sure that the force we receive from the Obedient movement is not repeated in 2027. And
does this strategic containment policy include planting moves in other political parties to ensure that there's an implosion from within these political parties, because the house divided within itself cannot stand?
Yeah, you see, the thing is that there is no any getting into like APC. I heard so many people are saying that you have people inside the opposition political parties are now implanted as malls to disrupt their internal proceedings so that they don't succeed. That's the thinking, but no, it's not the case. Political party system in Nigeria, especially the opposition, have hardly ever got themselves together. Just check the history. So what we are witnessing in the Labour Party is exactly what we are witnessing in the SDP, is exactly what we are witnessing in the NNPP, and so many other political parties. For instance, like let me take that, for example, NNPP, we spoke about the Konkoso. NNPP has only one state, which is Kano. But then they sacked the leader in Kano, Konkoso. And they are even questioning the membership of the Konkosia movement in the NNPP. So you now begin to wonder, why these kind of challenges? So are we saying that these things that have been happening even prior to the 2023 election is actually the result of what we are seeing? Now, if you go back to Abure's case, like in the Labour Party, it's almost the same case. He had several issues with Apapa Labour Party. So these things have been happening even prior to us getting the government, right? Winning the victory in 2023 election. So it is always a problem. There's always an issue with the opposition party. So it's just self-inflicted injuries that they are getting on themselves. And the fact that it's working to our advantage, we cannot go ahead and fix the problem. And I guess that's what our president even said. We cannot go ahead and fix your problem if you are immature enough to organize yourself as a formidable force to confront us. Then your loss is our gain that is good for us. And that's the issue. The issue is purely internal. It's a self-inflicted injury. And it's to our benefit. So we welcome it.
Okay.
But we are not a party to that situation.
Now, earlier during our conversation, you did talk about the loss, the political capital after the passing of former President Muhammadu Buhari. There might be some gap there with northern vote, and there are people that are willing to capitalize. He was revered and had a court-like followership in the north. But what we're seeing now, the political calculations with regards to the coalition, the ADC, quite a number of former President Muhammadu Buhari's ministers that work closely with him are part of this coalition. Do you feel threatened by the coalition, and do you feel they have the power to get what will be typically Buhari votes?
Frankly speaking, they are formidable force and they are threat. Politically, they are paperweight. Most of them have no strong political value at all. When you look at the list of those ministers that have moved into the ADC, there are people that served in Buhari's government for sometimes 8 years, but they hardly even assisted and supported the same.
So you think the former governor, like Nasir El-Rufai, doesn't have political capital?
No. Nasir El-Rufai was not a minister under Buhari's government. He was a governor, right? And that,
yes, a former governor. I beg your pardon.
He is definitely a political force, but will not inflict that strategic defeat that people are expecting that the ADC should that ADC should have against the APC, right? But then they are still a force. They are still a threat because they have propaganda advantage. And that same propaganda advantage is what, as I mentioned to you, many governors in the north were able to ride on this propaganda advantage to become governors under the mantra of Buhari. And now that he is no longer there to substantiate and filter who is with us and who is not with us, they may ride on this propaganda advantage, and it will give them a strategic win To be very candid with you, if we don't do the right thing on time, we will risk losing the entire Buhari's call following to the opposition ADC. And that is why people like us are sounding the alarm that we need to do something very urgently. Even if they don't have the political value as envisioned, some of them, they have propaganda advantage with them. And you know how propaganda works in politics. Once people have a perception that this is exactly what is happening, and they have internalized and decided to operationalize it, it will go against us. And that is why I said we have to do something very urgently to fix the challenges.
Yeah, happens in any, especially when we are facing an election cycle that we're facing now. It's really sad that Nigeria, our political being more delicate, taking more delicate position. We've seen defection in the past, but those defections are usually based on principles, are usually based on on genuine reason at some point. But what we're witnessing now is so disturbing, it's so alarming. When you ask all these people why are they defecting, they will not tell you the reason why they are defecting. Look at some of the governors that left. I can't imagine a governor telling me that he's defecting because he believes the ruling government is doing well at the national level. They will tell you because they don't even tell you why they're actually leaving. That's because they want to secure their second term tickets, or they want to install their successor. They won't tell you all of these things. Look at all this. The most worrisome one is what just happened in what is going on in the National Assembly, where, just like you said in your intro, you see some of these National Assembly members moving without principle, and unfortunately our laws is not provided adequately for the movement of those in the assembly. And the one that is even clear with the legislature is they don't bother, because as long as it's coming, you are coming to APC, you are cleared. Nobody looks at the law anymore. And so all these things are not good for our democracy. They are not good for our politics. It's really sad that you see someone who is in government moving quickly to the other party because he just wants to secure a return ticket. And those that are not in position of power to move, they move because of their stomach infrastructure. Only few are moving because of genuine reasons, and then you can see. I'm just disturbed about all this defect, all this situation. We can't afford a one-party state in this.
Omo, it's on loud. Did you listen to that? Very good. And that is how it's going to be. That is it. So the Northerners, some of them are already backing Peter Obi. The thing is, people are saying, what is Obedience doing this time? What are they doing? APC has already going to the grassroots, registering their this thing, that. Because they are scared. That's why they started this early. We are not scared. We're not the shiko. We full ground. And APC members, you know them. Normally, ordinarily, election campaign has not started. It is not even time, especially for the ruling party, to start talking of the next election. Other parties should be putting themselves hands together. Now they are scared. They started earlier, first time in history. Because Peter Obi has not publicly or officially said that this is the party platforms that he's contesting on. So a lot of Nigerians will jump on the street, different villages, to start registering people massively to their party, to start preaching. Now you can't do that because you don't know the party he's contesting from the platform. So we are waiting patiently to see that. That's when the work will start, when he officially announced that he is contesting under this platform. Garuba said Obedience, they are gradually taking over this and this and that. That one is a lie. You can't even try. They can't even do that. Obedience, no. What he is saying, APC members, because like I said, they are scared. And when you said people are decamping to Garuba said Obedience, this and that, we are still there. And now Peter Obi is at least dominating places in the north now. Is at least they're beginning to see reasons why they should consider him. That they are even the one calling, backing Peter Obi, even the one calling. It might not be all the Northerners. You can't even get 100% everywhere, right? Even in the south is where you comes from, you can't even get 100%. That's how it is. But majority are with you. You see, I've told you before this. People decamping, these parties, PDP or any other party decamping to APC. They are decamping. It is not Nigerians that are decamping with them. Now that man says something. It is only APC and his members. The whole of Nigerians are against him already. Of course, if you are not Tinubu's fans, and if you are not Tinubu's family, you are not APC members. What are you supporting Tinubu for? So the whole of Nigerians, aside from himself and his caucus, Nigerians are against him. Do you understand? So these people decamping, that defection, mass defection of different parties decamping to APC, is not the vote. It does not amount to voting, right? The Nigerians who are going to vote are not decamping with them. That somebody decamping does not automatically generate to vote. It doesn't mean that because you decamp, your state is going to be won by APC. No. We see it before now. Your governor PDP campaign for PDP, APC won the state. We saw APC campaign for the APC, PDP won the state. That's how it is. This time it's going to be changed. It's not going to be the same. And people are decamping for different reasons, not genuine reasons. Nobody, if you ask these people now, the only thing they'll tell you, they say they like what Tinubu is doing. In their mind, their innermost part, they are not decamping because Tinubu is doing well, or because he's doing well, or he's going to do well. They are decamping for their purpose, for their selfish interests. Like that man have explained, to install their successors, or so that their second term can be guaranteed. You know, Tinubu, just like he do in Edo State. Don't worry, I'll give you APC. He said it and he did it. That's the only reason why these people are decamping. Because some of them knows that if they campaign under another party and the APC wants to take over, since Tinubu is in power, he can as well do the same thing to the Supreme Court. See, I bet that one on my board. Let APC win that. Let APC. So these people want to complete their second term, and they want to have opportunity to install their successors. That's the reason of this defection. So that one do not mean Nigerians are going to defect with them, to vote for them. Your governor of your state does not have any right to tell you, yeah, he can say it, but it's not constitutional that you must vote for where your governor vote or ask you to vote. My governor of my state cannot tell me who I'm going to vote for. It is my right to exercise my franchise. It is my right. He's not going to tell me because he's APC that automatically I'm going to vote for APC. That's nonsense. For who? How? Why? How? Why would I vote for APC? Why? How? Why? How? So that's how it is. Take your time. We are going to see more. You see, that one said, because Tinubu is not going to win election by normal way of conducting election. That's why he said that it's going to be through pain and blood. Blood will be shed. The only thing is, if they all back Peter Obi, is Peter Obi ready to support or to ask people to jump on the street to go and protest, or Peter Obi ready to say that like we must take this by force, call for protest, all those things? No. This time around, Peter Obi himself, no. I'm going to tell you this. Peter Obi do not necessarily needs to come out and announce to the world to say, I ask Nigerians to jump on the street to go and protest, reclaim what belongs to them. That's why you have these political actors, for example, if they are ready to support him, they know how it works. Do you understand? So they are ready to do the same thing. Peter Obi not need to come and announce to the world that go and protest this and this and that. People are even ready to do that on behalf of him this time. Please share this video and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy now.